Hi, sorry for the pause. Post-recording editor Michael here. So after I listened back to the footage, or watched the footage back from my unboxing, I realized the audio was completely garbage. I apologize for the lav mic quality. The lav mic shouldn't sound that bad. However, I think my headphone jack where I have my lav mic plugged in on my phone is a little bit messed up, so that's why it's a little bit crackly. Additionally, there were a bunch of really loud beeps throughout the video. I've gone through and done my best to edit out all those, so that's why there's going to be some drops in the sound from some of my words. Hopefully it doesn't ruin things too much. I think it's still, you can still understand what I'm saying, so it shouldn't be too bad, but just giving you forewarning. And also I apologize if I missed any beeps. I don't think I did though, but just on the off chance I did, I unfortunately can't bring my actual good recording microphone out into the living area. It's just too much hassle with everything hooked up to my desktop with the mixer and everything. So that's why I'm trying to make this lav mic work. I will fix it for the next video, or at least will greatly attempt to fix it. Normally I would scrap this video and just re-record the whole thing, but unfortunately with an unboxing you can really only unbox something once. So I apologize for that, but hopefully you still enjoy the video, and thanks for watching. So let's get on with it.
Welcome to an unboxing. My very first unboxing, actually, that's actually done in sort of a decent way. If you looked at my past videos, you'll know that I've done unboxings before for like Kingdom Death and stuff like that, but that was a long time ago. I actually have like lights, I got a phone tripod. By phone, I had to buy this like app to record for my PC, and yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. But anyways, this beauty just arrived today. I was actually in a meeting when it arrived, and I was definitely eyeing it up as I was finishing my workday, but it's finally here. Townsfolk Tussle. Gorgeous box. And yeah, I just want to dive into this thing. If you've seen my Tabletop Simulator demo, we actually got through a full run of that, and I'll be looking forward to actually trying to do some sort of in real life runs of this game. I definitely want to do multiple runs in this. I'm loving this game. And yeah, this is already shaping up to be one of my favorites alongside Kingdom Death Monster. And I actually have like my board game shelf all over there. I'll need to run you all through my collection at some point. It's nothing too crazy, but it gets the job done. But anyways, let's just dive in. I just want to see what this is all about. I'm super excited. Hopefully, since I haven't actually opened yet, fingers crossed that nothing is broken or missing or whatever, because that would be a little embarrassing. So yeah, hopefully everything looks decent. I'm looking on OBS. I have my laptop right beside me, and after a bunch of troubleshooting, trying to figure out how to do all this stuff, I'm used to doing video game content mostly. That's why I'm pretty proud of my audio setup. If you've heard me speak on my Tabletop Simulator demo, I'm much more comfortable without the webcam on, and just with my very nice microphone. So this is a little bit out of my comfort zone. I actually went and bought a lav mic because I didn't really want to just record off the audio off my phone. When I get into something, I sort of get into it pretty deep. So I do want to try to have a decent shot at this whole sort of board game, content making. If you've followed me on Twitter, or if you've seen sort of how long this YouTube channel has existed, I've done a lot of YouTube video game content. I've of course privated all those videos and stuff like that, but I've made over 100 video game-esque let's plays, first impressions and stuff like that. But I've always had a special place in my heart for board games and stuff like that, and tabletop role-playing games as well, which I'll show off later also. But man, shout outs to Panic Roll just for making such a fantastic game. This box is gorgeous. I love the art on it, and hopefully my phone is actually doing a decent job of picking everything up. This is the Fantastic First Edition. So I was not one of those people that backed it at the higher level where they had the graveyards. If you watched other content creators who did back it at the level, they have the nice graveyard on the side of the box. Oh wait, unless this is, oh never mind. It's on the side. We're good. Ignore me. I'm just too excited. Let's put that right there. How about just for now? So first things first is we have the miniatures right off the bat. Now, I'm actually looking forward to painting these. I say that I don't know if how far I'm gonna get. I'll be honest. I said I love painting miniatures with like my Warhammer stuff. When I did Kill Team, and then I have, of course, some of my Kingdom Death models painted, but not nowhere near all of them. So yeah, I think these I'll be more inclined to paint because just with the style, we can just go sort of more flat colors and stuff like that, and don't have to worry too much about like shading and things like that. So it'll be a little bit simpler, I think, to actually do. Alrighty. So wow, these are actually really well detailed. I don't know if I'll be able to like properly show them. I could show them up to the camera if I can. Oh god. I don't know if my phone will focus or not. There might be too many things behind it, but hopefully you can just trust me. I'm sure other content creators would have shown them off better, but yeah, these are very well detailed. I'm actually quite surprised at how detailed they're. And yeah, these are fantastic. It's awesome being able to finally get this in my hands because this is probably one of the first games I've actually like kickstarted and seen all the way through. Like when I came across Kingdom Death Monster, it was a late pledge, and it wasn't like, I didn't go through the whole process, I guess, because it was just when they were releasing 1.5 or whatever. But man, these are super nice. I'm very excited to play with these. And I do know that they have the standee versions as well, but it'll be nice just to have some reference colors. So when I actually do maybe paint these, I'll be able to get the colors right and stuff like that. And of course, we've got our townsfolk. Here's Yancey. Oh, Quintus. Quintus is my boy. I don't know if you'll be able to see him there. Maybe if I do that like makeup thing where they put their hand behind, maybe it'll focus if I can. No, it's not going to work. I apologize. I'm a failure. But Quintus is my favorite character. If you watched my demo playthrough, that was my favorite character to play. There is also this one. Now, I don't know who this is, but this is the 7th townsfolk that I did not play with. I don't know the name because I've seen some. Maybe if I do the webcam, actually. That actually focuses a lot better. You might not be able to see it as well, though. Yeah. I don't know who this is. I tried not to like look at too many like Let's Plays and stuff like that because I don't want to spoil myself on a lot of the stuff that I would be experiencing in the full game. So, of course, we have our rule book here as well. The rule book, pretty straightforward. I mean, I've already read through this because they released the PDF form. But I love how just easy to get into this game it is. That's probably one of the things that I love about it most is they definitely created a game where there's still a lot of strategic decisions to make within the fights and stuff like that. However, you could just jump right in. Like maybe it's probably because I have more experience with games like Kingdom Death Monster and stuff like that. So maybe that's why it was a lot easier to pick up, but still, the rulebook is excellently laid out. It was not hard to follow at all. I think even someone who's relatively new to boss battlers in these style of games could probably pick it up pretty darn easily. And then we will definitely not read through that. But the graveyard at the back has all of the higher end backers, which is super cool. But again, because this was one of the first board games that I've backed from the very beginning, pretty much. Or almost the very beginning, I guess I should say. I was still a little bit hesitant on how much I want to go all in, but definitely for next Kickstarter when they have their expansions and stuff like that. I'm definitely a loyal follower of Panic Roll now. All right, next up, actually let's move the miniatures a little out of the way. I'll keep those over there. What is this? Property of Bort D. Things to do is visit Eureka Springs, buy a snow globe, take a pic of the sheriff statue, and stay clear of the woods. There's a little thing written on the bottom left there, or bottom right, sorry. Bort D. I don't know who that is. Oh, right, this is the map. So this is a super cool map of the Hoseland. So this Eureka Springs. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if you can see at the very bottom. You probably can't, but bottom right here is Eureka Springs. So this is where the game takes place. To the northeast, you have the Evil Woods. To the very north, you have Sprinkle Falls. To the very northeast, you have, in the top right corner, you have Biformia. I think those are all the major locations. There's some minor locations as well, like in the bottom right, there's the Warrens. And the bottom left has a little description of the Hoselands southwest. It says, the land of rubbery limbs and hijinks galore, the southwest Hoselands are known for their delightful waterfalls, bustling marketplaces, and strange yet hospitable locals. So yeah, I wonder if they're, I guess, probably teasing. Maybe they're teasing future stuff. It looks like Biformia is where King and Queen are, but I'm wondering how many of these places will potentially show up in like expansions and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Nice little map there. And all right, we got our first punch outs. So they got them nicely numbered in the bottom left. This one says front. There's all of our coins. So these are all terrain pieces. Recognize some of them. Of course, not only being familiar with the demo stuff. That's all I'm familiar with. So like these pentagrams and stuff like that, I have no clue what that means. And of course, they have the flip side as well for some of the stuff, like the murky moat to act as a dual terrain piece just to save some space, which is very nice. I'm not going to go ahead and punch out everything just yet because I want to keep them nice and sorted. So we got our coins here. I don't know what these things are. These are like little minion things. I'm guessing they're for one of the bosses, as well as in the bottom right. I don't think I had that terrain piece, which is like a little garden. We have our character markers. So Georgie Irongut, that's the 7th townsfolk that I'm not familiar with. So I'm going to be definitely looking forward to experiencing what he has to offer. And then we got our ruffian markers as well. So many ruffians to explore. I'm very excited to take on all of those ruffians because, yeah, I've played the Tabletop Simulator demo multiple times, but only experienced in the same 4. So I'm only familiar with Umbrello, Pepin, Samuel, and King and Queen. So there's a lot more game left for me to play, and I'm really excited to dive into all of those. Let's see what we have next. Just some more terrain. I don't want to do too long of a video. I tend to ramble a lot, but and to be honest, if you're here, you've probably looked at a bajillion other Townsfolk Tussle unboxings anyways. So if you are watching, hey, I appreciate it. I'll be actually doing some proper gameplay, so you can obviously skip this if you need to. This is more for me than anything, and I figure if I'm gonna unbox it, might as well record it. We got number 4. We got the dense woods. Got the haystacks. Got some more icons that I'm not familiar with. Norman Fishboy is actually on this one. Funny enough, his character marker, is he not on the? Oh, he's not. Norman got shafted. Oh, that's too bad. Norman's all alone on this cutout sheet. That's sad. No wonder he's depressed. Oh, and here we got the standees. So here are all the standees for the ruffians as well as our characters. Man, the art on this is so good, and this is all like super high quality. Considering the price of this game, like you're getting such high quality stuff, in my opinion. And of course, this is coming from someone who's not really like a board game aficionado, but still, I don't think it's something that a lot of people would expect, especially for someone who's for like someone like Panic Roll, who there's only 3 people on the development team, as well as this is their very first game. So super fantastic job. Makes me want to support them even more. And here we got the game board. So I'm gonna move some stuff out of the way here so we can make some space. But here we got the good old game board where everything is going to happen. Oh man, I can't tell you how good it feels to actually have this in my hands. So on the left side, we have the different orders of where everything, all the turn orders, as well as in the bottom left, you have your the road to the final fight, showing all the different difficulty levels. Got terrain. This is nice. Feels good too. Feels very sturdy, which is nice. So let's pack that up. Doesn't feel like as well when I fold it. I'm always worried about these mats where you unfold them. Like the Kingdom of Death one has the same type of mat, and I think most arena-based games do. I'm always worried about about the hinges breaking or something. It'd be terrible. All right, what else do we have? So it looks like. Ooh, okay. So this is the part. This is another part of the game board technically, but this is the shop as well as the fight. The fight. I don't know what you want to call it. The boss holding area where it holds all their cards and stuff like that. So yeah, this is the peddler shop. Looks good. Looks good. Definitely one of my favorite parts about this game and about pretty much any roguelite game. I'm a big fan of roguelites, video game wise, like Hades, Isaac, Slay the Spire, and gear is always a fun thing. So another big reason why I love this game is just so much different combinations of gear to have. On the flip side, we got our fight phase stuff. So boss card will go at the top here. Got action card deck, ruffian, health, and movement at the bottom. Pretty straightforward. Alrighty, what else do we got? So then we have our. Well, first off, we got this thing, which 10, 5, and 1. These are just to hold the coins. I don't know what else to say. It's just a coin, a marker holder. So we have our character sheets here, which are super nice looking. Nice and sturdy. I like how they have little indents as well for the counters, so they don't slide around as much. So you can see there's little indents, there's Yanceys. One character that I haven't actually played too much with. I think I only played him for the introduction video that I did on a Tabletop Simulator. But yeah, super high quality cards, very sturdy, doesn't feel flimsy. I don't know if there's going to be any. Trying to see if there's any differences in character ability, wording, and stuff like that, because I don't know how much they actually changed from the Tabletop Simulator demo from the final version. But it doesn't look like so far. We got Henlo Bulwark, one of the supportive characters who's able to heal. Always good to have. Oh, here it is, Georgie Ironhead. So this is the one that I haven't played. This is the 7th Townsfolk that is not in the Tabletop Simulator demo. He looks really interesting. He's got a little bit creepy looking. Almost looks like he'd be better off being a ruffian. So what is his abilities? He's the Expired Royal. Leftovers. Consumables you consume do not need to be discarded on use, but they can only be used once per fight. Interesting. That could be pretty powerful, actually. There are some really strong consumables. Obviously, the fact that you can only use them once per fight is a little bit sucky, but I guess the strategy with him, have a bunch of consumables in your stash and be able to swap out for a lot of utility needs in the middle of a fight. Then we have Quick Trotter is his other ability. Just 2 Moxie, move 4 squares in a straight line. Must be exactly 4 squares. Interesting. So you could actually move quite far with him because he starts with 4 movement. He is sort of like Henlo though, where he is a lot squishier. I actually, considering his name, I actually sort of expected them to be a little tankier. But starts with 3 health. We've got 4 movement, 4 Moxie, and -1 accuracy. Okay, so again, similar to Henlo there with the accuracy, as well as the Blopsy twins. But the big thing is that Georgie starts with 4 Moxie. I actually thought Blopsy twins and, was it Yancey? I thought they were the only ones that had the highest Moxie start, because they start with 3. But wow, Georgie starting with 4 is actually pretty huge when a lot of things come in 2s in terms of Moxie uses. So I'm really excited to play him. I'm not really huge on how squishy he is and his lack of accuracy, but I think especially with how much Moxie he starts off with, I think there can be some really good combinations of items to use right off the bat. Plus, him having 2 Moxie means it's pretty reliable for him to use a weapon and still use his ability in the same, early on in the game without having a lot of stat buffs. We got Blopsy twins. Blopsy twins pretty much helped carry, I think, my Tabletop Simulator run. I actually wasn't super huge on them when I first started playing this game, but yeah, doing that run and especially if you get their stats up high enough and being able to use Mind Reader really frequently is super huge. So yeah, the abilities look pretty much the same so far. We got Norman Fishboy as one of my other favorite characters, just because he's all about attacking, doing damage. He's got good starting stats and super good accuracy right off the bat. Nice. You got Granny Melba, the sharpshooter. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything's different there either. Yep, 2 coin discount when purchasing peddler gear worth 7 coins or more. Last but not least, we have my boy Quintus Binch. I can't wait to play this character with my friends because it's gonna be fun screwing them over. Although in good fun. I know it's a cooperative game, and my friends and we mainly focus on cooperative stuff. So I definitely won't do it unless it's like, you know, gonna make sure they're safe. I might do it just for like to get a feat of metal completed, as long as, you know, it's not gonna put them in too much danger. But yeah, super awesome. Also, as someone, again, like I said, as someone who likes getting gear, his petty theft ability, you get a ton of value out of that over the course of the run. And yeah, he's also got great starting stats: 5 movement, 4 health, super nice, and no penalty to accuracy. So yeah, there's the character cards. What else do we have? Oh, here we have the boss cards. Here we go. So these I'm very excited to look at. Of course, we're not going to look at every single thing, and like I mentioned before, don't want to take too long. But these are the boss cards. So we'll give you a little. So there is Pepin Milkrog, one of the ones I am familiar with. Pepin's got some really nasty abilities. If you're new to Pepin, he's got some really annoying abilities. But yeah, man, the art's super cool. It's also got these like little sort of scratch marks, almost making it look like a old school TV as well. I don't know what the technical term would be for those. And yeah, we're not going to read through all of them, but I'll just show off all of the pictures. So the Bundits, the Endless Horde. So I was right about the little minion-looking things being part of a boss. The Bundits. The Bundits are a motley crew of wandering bundos. Their lair is overpopulated beyond belief, and they have no choice but to expand outwards for food and shelter. Interesting. So he is actually. So it looks like he is, or they, I guess, the Bundits, are one of the only ones that actually start with something at the chump level. Because yeah, everyone else does not have an ability on chump level, but for the Bundits, it does say a bunch of nobodies begin the fight with the scatter action card in play. Interesting. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time just staring at this and reading it, but super cool. Of course, we got Samuel Strawman. This was the final fight that I did in the Tabletop Simulator demo. Super fun fight. Very close fight too. He's also got some really nasty abilities. Umbrello was a super close fight for us. Definitely, probably, at least in the Tabletop Simulator demo, I would say the easiest fight out of the 4 in the Tabletop Simulator demo in terms of just sort of his game plan. I think Umbrella is pretty easy to play around. You just gotta, be prepared. We got the performer Virginia Fitz. She's got like telekinesis, throwing knives. She looks like she's gonna be a piece of work. I'm not gonna read the final fight stuff because obviously I want to keep that as hidden as possible. Virginia Fitz runs a traveling circus featuring herself as its main attraction, the mesmerizing knife thrower. Her control over brains and blades can't be beat. Even if she misses a throw, she'll hypnotize you into thinking otherwise. When her act came into town, the old sheriff promised her a big payout for a top-notch show, but he skimped on the bill. Cool. Super nice. Next up, we have the Gravedigger, Will Barlow. Nice. Let's see. Will Barlow had been the town's gravedigger for as long as anyone could remember. He spent most of his time chit-chatting with the souls at work. Due to the massive amounts of downtime, you see, townsfolk in Eureka Springs are known for living long, healthy lives well beyond expectations until today. And yeah, I'm not going to read everything, but there's a little introduction to Will. Yeah, so he's all about colliding with people, and his weakness is lowering his movement. So he's just the way he's shaped. He's a big wheelbarrow, wants to charge into you. We have my least favorite out of the Tabletop Simulator demo, King and Queen. I hate fighting King and Queen. Again, anyone at the chump level is all right, but once you get to the higher levels, like fighting King and Queen on the hooligan level, where every time they unequip something, you have to lower your stats by 1. Super, super annoying. It's not even the stats thing that's the worst part. It's just having your stuff unequipped is just the worst feeling ever, because you know that you're going to have to like pretty much waste your whole turn just re-equipping stuff. We got the innocent Deputy Wagums, who is a dog that looks like the dog doesn't look to be the smartest. Got a little bit of a dazed look to him, and it looks like Deputy Wagums has got a bunch of pistols strapped to him. And accidentally shooting everyone in the room. You can see how gory it is. The old sheriff took a liking to Wagums. The little pup was as loyal as he was dopey. It was the perfect mix that qualified him as his right-hand man. While the sheriff could always rely on Wagums to do the job, he was never sure how well he'd do it. You see, Wagums never played dumb. He was dumb, and he loved to play. Oh. So he's going to be a lot of wild shooting. I feel like I wonder if a lot of the action cards are going to be like random target. Next up, we have the OG sheriff, Lawman Dozy. That is a chonky fella. Lawman Dozy. Dozy is a mountain of a man, and he served as the town's first sheriff. So he was, yeah. So I guess Deputy Wagums was the deputy to Lawman Dozy. He fit the role well, but was a bit too strict. The elders tell stories of Dozy in his prime, like when he decapitated that child for stealing a candy bar. Looks like he has got well, he's asleep at the wheel. I don't know if you can see that. He's actually sleeping while he's driving. He's got the old jalopy. He's got handcuffs on him, and it looks like he has a pill bottle in his shirt pocket. That's not good. We got the folklore legend Hansy. It looks like a chicken with hands. Or a rooster with hands? The legend of Hansy has been told for generations in Eureka Springs. Folklore describes her as a horrifying creature that comes at night to steal the hands of children, using them to decorate her nest. Ew. That is creepy. Probably one of the creepier ruffians in the game so far. All actions with 1,000 in their name deal +1 damage. Oh boy. Interesting. The weakness isn't like super huge. It's just Hansy takes 1 damage and you reshuffle the action deck. So maybe reshuffling the action deck is beneficial for Hansy, or for you against Hansy. We have Debt Collector, Penny Pinchetti. So she's like a safe. No one likes Penny Pinchetti. It's not her fault. It comes with the profession. She's the town tax collector, and she is very fond of her job. To her dismay, Eureka Springs is not fond of paying taxes. For the last few decades, the old sheriff used every excuse in the book to keep Penny from collecting even a single coin. Rats ate all of our money, he'd say. Or double or nothing next year, promise. But when the old sheriff is gone, there's no one between Penny and the many wallets of Eureka Springs. Oh boy. Well, you can already tell she will probably be just as annoying as like King and Queen, because she's going to be taking your coins. Or maybe the stuff like, depending on how many coins you have, you take that amount of, take like, I don't know, half of that amount in damage or something. And last but not least, we have the tourist, Bort Dovis. So I think this is the like main boss or something, because that was, Bort Dovis was, I think, the one who's like marking, this where the little marking at the back of the little map there is as property of Bort Dovis. So, and I think on one of the, on the fight, like the boss fighting card thing, it's engraved in wood. I think something about BD or something. Bort Dovis. Bort Bort is just a run-of-the-mill guy. He lives alone in a small cottage, works as a door-to-door salesman, and has no real outstanding skills or traits. After years of cautious spending, Bort finally had enough funds to take a vacation. He plunged to the countryside, first stop Eureka Springs. When Bort arrived, he fell in love with the town's culture. What unique customs they have. They're always wrestling each other, and they must really like ketchup. They're covered in it. Bort is blissfully unaware of the ruffians attacking Eureka Springs, and even worse for him, the townsfolk think he's one of them. Careful now, Bort. Oh, weird. So he's just a bystander. So he's not actually like evil. I guess he becomes evil because Oh, interesting. His weakness. Bort runs out of film and declares his vacation over. He thanks each townsfolk for their hospitality and leaves Eureka Springs forever. The fight immediately ends, but no ruffian gear is rewarded. But each townsfolk receive an extra town event card in their next town phase. Interesting. Huh. That's pretty cool. It's an interesting take on things. He's probably got a really, really interesting final fight. I sort of like how he's just like oblivious to everything. Oh, here we go. So we got a couple of these drawstring bags. So they're both coin purse. So I think there was a couple of different options because I know that in the Discord there are people trading these. It looks like I got 2 coin purses. I think someone DM'd me because I mentioned I was in Canada, and I think they were looking for like an assorted one. So I guess it's different things. I wonder if they're different images. So on both of these, it's just the peddler. But these are nice. I think, I can't remember what it was, but I think there was a reason for these, but then they sort of didn't really need them, but they were part of the stretch goal, so they included them anyways. But these are nice. These will be useful for anything really. The main use, I think, of course, I'll have for these is for randomizing the boss tokens at the start of the game. That's probably what most people are going to be using them for. We have our dice here. We got 5 dice. Now, the nice thing as well is this game uses the same dice as like Kingdom Death and stuff like that. So I'll be able to use that as well if I want more dice, or using my seasonal dice from Kingdom Death. Oh. Is that? I can't tell if that's a chip. I think this dice is a little chipped. That's okay. To be honest, I'm not really one of those people that really cares too much if like you have like a slight defect with something, as long as it doesn't impact the functionality. Like it's very, very. I don't even know if on the webcam you'd be able to see that. Oh yeah, you wouldn't be able to see that. If only I had like a 4K camera or something. But I mentioned I like to go all out when I start, doing content creation for some things. But getting a 4K camera is a little bit much. But I'll definitely be bringing out some more dice. I think just have more things to roll as a D&D player or tabletop role-playing player. I love rolling dice. We'll see how many ones I get with all this. And then we have our counters here. They have red counters too. Nice. So the red counters we can use to cap our stats if we need to. I just find it easier just to remember. So pretty straightforward there. It's like I'm trying to find things to talk about with these things, but it's like they're counters. What are you gonna do? We got standees. Nice. We have, we got our starting gear. Very, very cool. These cards are actually a little bit larger than oh no, these aren't this isn't starting gear, never mind. These are the dividers, so that's why they're a little bit larger. So these are just, that one's the starting gear, but they all have the different dividers for your types of gear, or at least these size of cards. You have like your feats of metal, peddler. It's super, super nice. They included dividers and stuff like that. I think these are dividers as well, except these dividers are for the regular size cards, so like the boss cards. Oh man, can't get over how good the quality is in terms of like the art and stuff like that. It looks super, super nice. Yeah, there are like these little like CRT lines on the cards. I feel like some people might accidentally think there's a defect or something, but I think that's definitely intentional. So yeah, these are different dividers for the different bosses. Super, super nice. Will Barlow. Okay, so Will Barlow is the one that has the pentagrams. Deputy Wagums, Lamondosi, you got Hansy, got Petty Pinchetti, Bordovis. You got our town events. I like how the town events one is just like shaky hands. that's how I feel when I'm about to draw a town event, because I know I'm probably going to draw a bad one. Ooh, the terrain deck one is like gorgeous. The terrain deck one is like, have that as a wallpaper. Super, super nice. I like the little blood splatters on the doors. So there are dividers there. We have more standees. So these are the boss standees, it looks like, so they're the larger ones. And it looks like we have our cards here. I love the outside of the box. Oh, now getting this thing out is going to be a little awkward. So I think we're going to. Oh, it's attached. Okay, so let's see. All right, I know how to do this. I guess I could just take off the lid first, but that's okay. We'll just tip this over just to make some room. There we go. Easy peasy. Man, so we have, what do we have on the top? We have the sheriff goods, we got buzzing bees. I don't know what that is. Nefarious plans, some sort of dagger, potion of courage. I love the card box. Oh yeah, here we go. On the bottom it says B was here. So this is Bort again making his mark on Eureka Springs, which is pretty funny. I just like how he's just engraving stuff around as he travels along. So cards, and more cards is what it says. Oh, I like this. My favorite part about all these games is gear and cards. And especially considering I only had, I think the 78 default gear cards in the demo, with like maybe like 15 to 20-ish extra cards involving like starting gear and unique gear and stuff like that. So knowing that there's like 200 plus gear, I have a lot more gear to look at. So I'm gonna be really, really excited. I guess I can probably open one of these up. I don't know if I want to open up everything. And we have our town events here. Because again, like I said, I don't want to make this video too long. You already know what all this stuff is for the most part. Looks like we have more town events and our turn cheat sheet cards. Nice little handy dandy helper. Definitely don't really need this once you sort of know the general game loop, but I think this is always nice to have, because again, I think one of the great things about Townsfolk Tussle, it is a great entry point into these style games. So it is nice to have these cheat cards for people who are like brand new into getting into these types of games. And it looks like here are some of the boss cards. So it's nice they have the thing on the back, or the name on the back. It's really cool they have a little tagline as well. So this one's Bort Dovis's card. So each boss, of course, has 15 AI cards. Bort Dovis says, "Hi, my name is Bort Dovis. I love your town. I just got here. Yes," and then it has a bracket that he's getting cut off. Probably encountered someone's dead body or something like that as he was saying that. So yeah, there's 15 AI cards. I think if I did have to have a bone to pick with this game, I think that would probably be my biggest one. Is I would have liked a little more variation in boss cards, like action cards, whether it be having more of them, or I think what would have been nice personally, rather than a straight flat ability attached to each difficulty, it would be nice to have similar to what Kingdom Death has, where you have different levels of difficulty cards. So you have advanced and like legendary cards, for example, and you, depending on which level monster you're fighting, you put a certain number of those into the deck and you shuffle those up. A system like that I think would be nice, because again, it would adds a little bit more to the variability and replayability. Obviously, a little bit tougher to balance, but still, I think that'd be cool. I hope that they consider that for expansions, is to add more AI cards potentially for the ruffians. I do realize it is meant to be a roguelite, so you are meant to just play it over and over again, and a lot about roguelites is just learning the fights over and over, and you are meant to sort of know what they can do at some point, but it's just a personal request more than anything. Oh yeah, here's another one. Here's Will Barlow's wheelbarrow. His says, "Blood will flow. It's Will Barlow." Super good. Just I think the theme of this game is just super, super fantastic. Oh, one thing, I didn't mention, here's the graveyard that I was talking about. That's on the side of the box. So yeah, a lot of the higher end backers got to have their name engraved on a thing, on a graveyard, or at least something in the scene. Some of them are on like balloons and stuff like that, as quackalopes. Super, super cool. Yeah. Maybe one day. Maybe I'll do that one day. Now I do know that there is a little secret. If you want absolutely zero spoilers, you'll want to look away now. But here, underneath this thing, here it is. There's a little question mark. So this is actually hidden underneath one of the trays, and it says unlockable gear, no peeking. Now, the only reason I know about this is because I did complete a run with some of my friends on the Tabletop Simulator demo. And they do reference hidden gear in the story ending that you read, because we did do it with a special objective, so we did unlock some gear. So I will be actually taking some of these out because I'm not going to like start brand new with this game, because I actually did complete 2 successful runs on Tabletop Simulator demo with the special objective. I am going to be taking those out here, just because obviously I just want more gear, and I earned it. You know, it's not like I'm taking them out just because I want them. We actually did do the fights, and I actually did do them, and plus because it doesn't seem like there's many crazy like rule changes with the bosses and stuff like that. You know, from the Tabletop Simulator version at least, then I feel fine taking some of these out. So I'm not gonna look at all of them. So again, if you don't want spoilers, look away. But I'm only gonna be taking out Pepin's and Samuel Strawman's, because those are the 2 I defeated in the Tabletop Simulator demo. So I will hopefully, I'm just going to look at the name quickly. I'm going to try and not read any ability stats or whatever. So let's look for the, what are we looking? We're looking for Banner of Unity, Surplus Spuds. Then we're looking for Secret Ingredient and Charm Handbook. So those 2 are going in there. And everyone else are going back inside until I earn them. So I will not spoil the rest of them for myself, because I think that's one of the great things about, just because of how much gear there is in this game, it's super nice just discovering like new things, and that's one of the joys of roguelites too, is the more you replay them, especially when they have secrets, you just come across something even after like potentially hundreds of hours of playing, and it's like, oh, I did not know that was possible, or I did not know this was a thing. So if anyone's curious as to which things I unlocked, I mean, if you saw my Tabletop Simulator demo at the end, we did go over Samuel Strawman's. So we got the Banner of Unity and Surplus Spuds. So we unlocked these for our future runs. Banner of Unity is especially cool because it's the one item in the game that allows you to trade items. Because by default, you're not meant to trade items with other players. I am curious if any of the gear cards have any major differences. I feel like if anything, those would be where most of the changes come from, just balance adjustments in gear. But I think since they last updated the Tabletop Simulator demo, I don't think there's like a ton of different changes they had to make. And then we have Surplus Spuds, which is a really interesting item because it potentially heals your whole party over the course of the fight. And then we have Secret Ingredient and Charm Handbook. Secret Ingredient, we actually drew both of these in the Tabletop Simulator demo run that I did for my previous fight. Charm Handbook's really cool, boosts certain people's moxie, and you can also pull people towards you. And then Secret Ingredient's a really strong consumable because it's a heal, and it boosts all your stats by 1 for the fight. This would actually be incredibly useful for Iron Gut, right? Because Iron Gut doesn't discard consumables. So being able to essentially every fight use this item to heal once and get all your stats up by 1, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. See, I'm already thinking of like stuff, possibilities, and that's one of the things is like when you play through this game and you encounter certain combinations of gear cards and characters and how they interact with each other, that just sort of gives you more knowledge for future runs where your mind sort of just makes these connections where it's like, oh, hey, I can do this now, or I can do that now. But it looks like that is it. So yeah, that is going to be everything. That is Townsfolk Tussle unboxed. I apologize. It was probably a pretty messy unboxing. This is the first time I've done something like this where it's like a properly organized unboxing. But I'm excited to do more in the future. I actually will be getting Aeon's Trespass Odyssey later this year, and that's going to be a massive one to unbox. But I'm very, very much looking forward to recording some actual gameplay of this. I feel like just with the way this is set up, I feel like I could still get some pretty decent footage. The overhead camera is actually zoomed in a little bit right now, so I actually could get a bigger picture of the table. So I think it's probably going to be feasible. I think it'll be feasible for me to actually do some in real life gameplay runs of this, or let's plays, whatever you want to call them. And I'm super excited to do that for you all, because I will be doing a lot more Townsfolk Tussle stuff. I was thinking of even doing, like, after I've played the game some more, I was thinking of doing like a gear tier list, going through like every single piece of gear and rating it. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff I want to do, because like the thing is, I don't have, I'm not like a huge board game content creator, so I don't have like a ton of different board games. I have a decent amount. You could probably, I actually can show on my webcams. Like there's my shelf, right? There's a nice handful of stuff, but it's like nothing too insane. It's not like a lot of the larger board game creators. Plus, I don't get like prototypes and stuff like that sent to me. So, and I just don't have the money right now to buy a lot of the games that I do want, because my main focus is on like boss battlers, dungeon crawlers, cooperative games like that. So I think what I'll end up doing is I'll definitely be doing a lot of gameplay for this game, and just content surrounding it, maybe like strategy, stuff like that, strategy discussion, I don't know. And then I'll probably end up maybe even potentially doing some Kingdom Death stuff, or maybe I'll go back to some of the other games I haven't played in a long time and show those off to you. Because again, that's the main thing I want to do with this channel, is there's a lot of things board game wise that I love, and I just want to share that with people, just in case you all might fall in love with it too. And I'll even do potentially some tabletop role-playing stuff, or at least miniature stuff, maybe not tabletop role-playing stuff, but maybe miniature war game stuff, because I do have some kill team stuff. And I did get Rangers of Shadow Deep recently, and my friend and I played that on Tabletop Simulator, and we really, really enjoyed that. So I'm actually getting a mini painted up for that game. But that's going to do it for me. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Enjoyed my scuffed unboxing of this game. And yeah, that's going to do it. I'll see you all in the next one. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe if you like board games, and if you want to see me die over and over again in this game, or hey, maybe kill over and over in this game, then yeah, feel free to give a subscription to the channel, and follow me on Twitter especially. It's the easiest way to keep up to date on all things me. And especially if you are someone just randomly coming across my channel, and you are someone who creates video game content, whether it be on like YouTube or Twitch, definitely follow me on Twitter. I am in influencer relations. We have a lot of cool games. I'm leading the campaign right now on Total War Warhammer 3. So if you want free games like that, or free opportunities surrounding games like that, then hey, give me a follow, and let's get in touch. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all then.